Every month, you're paying an invisible bill that never appears on your bank statements. It's not rent, utilities, or even your daily expenses. It's something more insidious, something that silently slips out of your account without you noticing. I'm talking about the high interest rates banks charge on loans, credit cards, and other financial products designed to keep you trapped in an endless cycle of debt. Yes, you heard that right. Banks are robbing you, not with masks and guns, but with legal contracts you sign without fully understanding the consequences. But here's the good news. You can turn the tables on them. This April, you have the chance to take control of your finances and use the same tools banks wield against you to build wealth. As Robert Kiyosaki says, money doesn't flow to those who work hardest, but to those who think differently and make smart decisions. And today, I'll reveal exactly what you need to do to become the master of the financial game. How banks manipulate you. Banks don't just maximize profits. They play on your emotions and needs. They offer credit lines when you're most vulnerable, knowing you'll likely accept without reading the fine print. For example, during a medical or personal emergency, banks present quick fixes that seem like lifelines but actually chain you to exorbitant interest rates. They also use psychological tactics to convince you that you need more credit than you actually do. From buy now, pay later, promotions to 0% interest for 6 months, credit card offers. Everything is designed to lure you into the trap. The worst part? Once you're in, it's hard to escape. Many people end up refinancing their debts with new loans, only prolonging their financial suffering. But this April, you can break that cycle by learning to see past the shiny offers and focusing on what truly matters, your financial freedom. How to beat the banks at their own game. To defeat banks, you must first understand how they operate. They're not benevolent entities trying to help you. They're businesses designed to maximize profits. Every financial product they offer benefits them, not you. For example, mortgages may seem like an affordable way to buy a home, but the accumulated interest over 30 years can double or even triple the property's real cost. Student loans trap young people in decades of interest payments, often without them realizing it. Banks know the longer you stay in debt, the more money they make. But you can change the rules by educating yourself and making strategic decisions that prioritize your long-term well-being. How banks keep you fooled. Let's be clear, banks are not your friends. Their main goal is to make money at your expense. Their strategy is simple but effective. Offer loans and credit cards with terms that seem attractive at first, but turn into financial traps. High interest rates are just the tip of the iceberg. Many contracts include hidden clauses that force you to pay extra fees or penalties if you don't meet certain requirements. For example, some personal loans charge fees for cash advances or early repayments, making it harder to escape debt. Even if you pay on time, banks find ways to profit from you. Banks also use marketing to convince you that you need more credit than you do. Ads make you feel like you can't live without certain financial products. For instance, no annual fee. Credit cards sound great until you see the sky-high interest rates. Banks target key life moments, like buying a house or starting a career, to push loans that seem necessary but become long-term burdens. The key to avoiding these traps? Stay critical and don't let emotions drive your decisions. The illusion of convenience. Banks sell the idea of easy money through mobile apps and reward programs. But this convenience comes at a high price. The more you spend, the more you owe, and the more interest you pay. To break this cycle, you need to make conscious choices that prioritize financial independence. This April, commit to reducing your reliance on banks and only using their products when they truly benefit you. Remember, true financial power doesn't come from access to credit. It comes from having full control over your money. The smart strategy: turn the tables. Now that you know how banks play dirty, It's time to flip the script. As Robert Kiyosaki says, the secret to living rich isn't working harder, it's working smarter. This April, you can implement this philosophy by using the bank's own tools against them. 1. Reduce high-interest debt. Refinance loans for lower rates. Create an aggressive repayment plan. Negotiate with banks. They may lower rates if you prove you're a responsible borrower. 2. Use bank money to build assets. Instead of letting banks profit from you, use their money to generate passive income. For example, use mortgages to buy rental properties. The rent covers the loan, leaving you with profit. Get financing to start a business that generates recurring income. Focus on assets that appreciate over time, real estate, stocks, businesses, rather than liabilities that drain your money. 3. Make your money work for you. Banks want you to live paycheck to paycheck, but you can be different. Open an investment account, stocks, bonds, ETFs, index funds. Automate savings by setting up transfers to investments every payday. Diversify income streams to achieve financial freedom. Why April is the perfect time to start. April is a month of renewal. After holiday spending and abandoned New Year's resolutions, it's the ideal time to rethink your finances. Plus, banks often launch promotions this time of year, giving you leverage to negotiate better terms. This is your moment to review your finances, identify areas for improvement, make decisions that build long-term wealth. Don't wait. Start living rich this April. Educate yourself and take action. Read books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Attend seminars or online courses on investing, debt management, and asset building. Commit to healthy financial habits. Set a monthly budget. Pay off high-interest debt by year-end. Increase passive income by 20%. This April, do what Robert Kiyosaki advises. Turn the tables on the banks and live rich for the rest of the year. Because remember, it's not about how much you earn, but how much you keep and grow.